Inside Out is an innovative outdoor learning space designed and built by the entire Turramurra High School community. Not only did we want to take learning from inside to the outdoors, but to turn our understanding of learning inside out.
We began with talking to students and parents and staff about the design for the space, the types of things that they'd like to have in the area. Students from our student leadership team were involved, and their main concerns were to have colour, and they wanted a veggie patch. So we incorporated both of those things into the final design, along with a number of other aspects and ideas that people brought to the concept meetings. One of the main educational concepts behind the space comes from an educational thinking around campfire, cave and waterhole learning. So the space is designed with this in mind. The cave concept is about having spaces for students to work individually on work that is just about independent learning. The campfire is where individuals might work with a small group to interact with each other in a particular learning activity, and the waterhole is obviously where there are large numbers of students interacting over a larger space, and so our space is designed around those three main concepts. So we have our reflect area, which is the cave space, we have our learn and inspire area, which is the campfire space, and the learn area, or the large sandstone amphitheatre, is the waterhole space.
The bank's involvement was, I suppose, threefold. We paid 50% of the initial design costs. We also ran a paver fundraiser which raised about $19,500, getting involvement from past students, local community and the current students and families of the school. So Inside Out, which wasn't named that at the time, was one of the projects we were interested in. I was the current president of Turramurra High School at the time, and that enabled the relationship to transact in an easier fashion, I suppose. So we got involved at that point in time. The P&C and the staff and students, I suppose, are the same category because it's really to the benefit of the students of the school. It's a fabulous outdoor learning area, turning the idea of learning around to catch up with the times we live in.
Well, Inside Out has been really beneficial for our year group because we've been able to have outdoor education lessons around this area, particularly in English, where we could mock like a society to look at how governments work, and that was beneficial with the study of film. And we found that outdoor education has been really useful for our year to enhance our learning. Yeah.
Well, before it was quite an unused area, but now we use it in class time as well as at lunchtime. Lots of people eat around here. It's quite a nice place to spend your lunchtime and recess.
The Inside Out area has been good for engagement with students. It provides, especially for PE, a different type of environment to move and exercise in. For example, we've been able to use the space behind us that you might have previously seen as an area to exercise, and the great thing about it has a rubber flooring space which we do not have anywhere else in the school. So it's a really safe place to have students moving, comfortable. They don't have to do any push-ups on the concrete. If they were to, fall in this particular area during particular movements, injury would be minimal.
One of the main benefits of Inside Out, apart from the educational gains, was the involvement of our whole community in designing and building and fundraising for the space itself. We really enjoyed involving Turramurra Community Bank, and they have made a significant contribution through the paver fundraising project. We also involved Turramurra Rotary Club, who donated one of the words that is embedded into the space, Inspire. And we also had the Turramurra Men's Shed build all of the wooden seating in the space. Turramurra Lookout Community Garden people worked with our students to help them to understand what to plant in the vegetable gardens, how to look after their vegetables, and how to make sure that they can deal with any pests that they might encounter in the garden. So it's been a real learning experience for our students and a great connection with our community.